Hi everyone, this is Sucharita from Team 9 and this is our project demo. In this project, we have created a web-based multi-tenant application deployed in cloud. In this project, we have provided a platform for user to select different software methodologies like Waterfall, Scrum and Kanban to track their project status. This is basically our architecture diagram, and it has three layers. One is the presentation layer, one is the controller layer, and one is the data layer. We have used MVC architecture for our project, and we have built the presentation layer using Express.js, and the controller layer has all the application logic, and the data layer has the database part. We have built a database using MySQL. Let's move on to the database part, and we have used multi-tenant database structure for our project. We have designed our tables using shared database and shared schema extension table method, and we have basically three tables. One is having the metadata information, one is having the tenant information, and one is having the data information. Let's move on with the presentation, and Santi will continue from here. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Shanti. I'll be demoing the sign up functionality and Kanban methodology. So this is our sign in page. As you can see, we have deployed our application in OpenShift. So let me first show you the sign up page. So here user can enter the username, password, and then select one of these models. So when a user click on sign up after entering all these details, these will be preserved in our database. So the next time he signs in, he'll be automatically redirected to the respective methodology that he chose during sign up. So let me sign in with a user who has selected Kanban as a preference during sign up. So username, password, and then login. Okay, so here is the Kanban homepage. So in Kanban, all the activities are tracked in cards. So here I have different queues for displaying different types of cards. So I have a new request section, a ready to start queue, in progress, ready for review, and recently finished queue. Each card displays a title and a description. So when I add a new card, it will be displayed under the new request section. So let me first add a new card. So I'll just give a title and then a description. And these are the priorities available for a card. So I'll give the priority as normal, and the task start date is today till same time next week. Click on add. So as you can see, the new card has been added under the new request section. Now let me do the editing of the card. So let's say I click on this particular card in progress section and say I'm removing this testing. So the description is just CSS styling functionalities. And during edit mode, we can assign a card to any of the resources available. So these are the available resources, and I can assign this card to another user. And let me save. Okay, so now the card description got updated to CSS styling functionalities. Another important feature in Kanban is its project status, where it tracks the number of cards under each queue. So here, as you can see, the ready to start queue has 3 cards, in progress has 3 cards, ready for review and recently finished queues has 2 cards each. And the maximum number of cards in each queue has been given as 5. So since in all of these queues, they are within the maximum limit, the status of these queues are green. And as I mentioned earlier, these cards can be dragged and dropped from one particular queue to another particular queue. So say this particular demo card, it's ready to start. So I can move it to ready to start queue. Now say some other card, say pagination. It is ready to be moved to ready for review and then to recently finished. So these cards can be dragged and dropped to, to left side or to the right cards, to the right queues. And all these state will be preserved in our database. Now we'll proceed with another methodology. Now let me log out from here.
Hi, I'm Madhura. Let us start the demo for Waterfall now. So I'm logging in with a user who has selected a Waterfall as preference. The first page is the project add page. I'm adding a Comp 281 project, its description, the client, a project start date somewhere in April, and a project deadline. Now moving ahead to the tasks, we can add multiple tasks under one project. So I am adding under project Comp 281 a task named task 1. Its duration is the time the resource will put in for that particular task. So let us add 30. The priority of the task, the start date, and its deadline, and the name of the resource. We can also add risks for different tasks. So I'm adding a risk for a task 1 we just added, naming it as risk 1, along with its severity as low. Now moving ahead with the graphs. Here we can view the graphs of a project, or all the tasks which are under the Comp 281. So here we can see 7 tasks which are under Comp 281 project. The first task being waterfall model development which has completed 38%. The next 11. The next task is 19% completed. Next 2 tasks are 25% and 38% completed. And the task we just added is 25% completed. Now Sucharita will discuss the further functionality.
Hi everyone, let's see the project status. The project status will describe the project status of overall project, and when we click on the project status page, it will display the project status of that particular project, and it will take the total effort completed and total effort planned for every task, and it will to submit and display the percentage. Let's move on and
Hi, this is Ankita. Let's start with the demo of Scrum methodology. A user, let's say Vaidehi, will register with a username, password, and the Scrum methodology for a project development. A user now will sign in to the Scrum page with the registered username and password. This is a home page where he will create a new Scrum project. These are the details for a particular sprint and the stories. User can also add multiple data for a project. Now let's take a project 1. Start date will be 1st of May. End date is 14th May. 40 hours are required to complete a project. Madhura and Ankita will be our resources. I'll assign number 1 to project to sprint. Let's add these fields. Now first for the same project 1, start date will be 14th of May. End date is 24th. 50 hours are required to complete a project. Santhi and Suchi will be our resources. And the sprint will be 2. Let's add this also. Now add stories. For story 1, name will be Ankita. Sprint is 1. For story 2, Madhura, and the sprint will be 1. Add this. Now let's create a project. So you can see all the data I had inserted during the project creation. The velocity will be calculated with the values of end date, start date, and the total hours required for a project completion. So now they will start take over to explain the next part of the project.
Hi, I'm Vedi. Let's continue with the Scrum demonstration. As Ankita told, this page will display the sprint-wise details. At first, all the sprints will have status as not started. If you scroll down, all the sprints for the project will be displayed. Ideal velocity is calculated using start date, end date, and total hours. On the click of stories, we can see all the stories and the assigned resources for that stories for that particular sprint. Now, if the user edits the remaining hours, let's put remaining hours as 35 and say it's day 3. As you can see, the status is changed to early. Expected date is changed as per the calculation of new velocity. Now let's check the burn down chart. As we saw, the status of the sprint was early. The chart is depicting the same. The black area is current progress of the project and the blue area shows the ideal slope. The burn down slope shows that the current progress is ending earlier than the ideal one. Thus, this validates the status that we had seen earlier. With this, we are concluding our demonstration. Let's log out. Thank you for watching.